make we off mind. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This one not day of in mind. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This man not day off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live, and thanks so much for joining me. Share the broadcast.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary, diary politico. Mayegun diary.
Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today, yeah, Eku Jometa, Eku 3 days.
Okay, Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun lawamo.
There is good news on the horizon, a very, very good news, right? And there is also a concerning one that I actually want to talk about today.
Ani esunraki, Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki, Mayegun ti dé. Ani esunraki, Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook, Mayegun ti dé. Ani esunraki, Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube, Mayegun ti dé. Ani esunraki, Mayegun ti dé. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́, Mayegun máa wí. Ani esunraki, Mayegun ti dé.
Onyedu àìkọ́, omeriwo ní ndízu, onírìnrìn ya. Abakare, mama dawora, unapori meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's three. Unapori meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's three. Unapori meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi bụ onyedu àìmọ̀, omeriwo n'izu mbiro ya. Abakare, mama ndawora, unapụghị imeri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's three. Unapụghị imeri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's three. Unapụghị imeri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Nnamdi win the war. Nnamdi win the war.
I want to repeat that, right? It is Unuapugi Meri Nnamdi. Unuapugi Meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. That's where we're going to start from tonight. I don't know if many of you have actually come across the recent news coming from the United Nations group, right? A United Nations group that considered the arbitrary, the illegality, the arbitrary extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, the culpability of Nigeria and Kenya in kidnapping him and then locking him up without real trial. So this time around, they have listed a 16-page indictment against Nigeria. You may be asking yourself, what is that going to be for us? What does that mean? I'll try my best to make you understand what that really means in the context of what is happening. But let me share a part of the screen with you when I'm going to try and read a part of that, indictment that just came yesterday. A very huge one, significant one, especially against Nigeria, who have spent billions of your naira trying to sell the propaganda of IPOB as a terrorist organization. Now, it is not so. Now, listen to this. I'm going to read it in parts, okay? Let's put it this way. Hang on. So I am going to read from the part where they demanded for the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu and why, and how did they arrive at their own conclusion. That is what we've concluded on ages ago. Now, indictment on the way. Read this, right? In quote, it says that a 16-page report dated July 20, 2022 was adopted on April 4 by the Working Group on Arbitrary Detention at its 93rd session held between March 30 and April 8, 2022. The unedited version of the document cited by the niche, this particular website, was marked opinion number 25/2022 concerning Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, that is Nnamdi Kanu, against Nigeria and Kenya. So this working group on arbitrary detention was established in Resolution 1991/42 of the United Nations Commission on Human Rights. Now, in accordance with its method of work, the working group on December 30, 2021, transmitted to the Nigeria and Kenya government a communication concerning Mr. Nnamdi Kanu. Let me use that short, right? Now, in part, let's go back to this, right? They said, the working group said in report that Kanu was a victim of state persecution as Nigeria failed to provide convincing explanations with proof that he is guilty of treason and other criminal allegations leveled against him. Noting the failure of the government to establish what actions of Mr. Kanu amounted to such criminal acts and how, and observing the lack of any evidence that any of his actions may in fact amount to such crimes, Nigeria hasn't proved anything. And we have been saying this for years now, right? So the working group concludes that Mr. Kanu is in fact being persecuted for the peaceful exercise of his rights, most notably his freedom of opinion and expression. Some of you have been asking, why is it that as your government in Nigeria continue to run mad every time Nnamdi Kanu has something to say about Nigeria and about Biafra, right? That as they run mad in Nigeria, how come those utterances never violated the law of the United Kingdom government? Is because his right says he has the right of expression and opinions. Even if his opinion, in a way, if you feel it like they do in Nigeria. Any contrary opinion is considered as an incitement, what they have fed you for years now, for keeping him illegally and committing crime doing so, right? Nnamdi Kanu never committed any crime other than what your government said they believe he committed by his broadcasts, right? Let's continue. In the present case, the government of Nigeria has presented no exceptions permitted under Article 19, 3 of the covenant, nor is there any evidence to suggest that Mr. Kanu's exercise of his right to freedom of opinion and expression was anything but peaceful. In fact, the government has chosen not to provide any explanation for the arrest, detention, and subsequent proceedings against Mr. Kanu. In these circumstances, the working group concludes that Mr. Kanu's detention is thus arbitrary under Category 2, United Nations Working Group said. In their 16-page dossier, right, in part, in the present case, as they put it here, Mr. Kanu was not furnished with an arrest warrant by the Nigerian authorities, nor was he promptly informed of the grounds for his arrest in Nigeria. Consequently, the working group finds that Mr. Kanu's continued deprivation of liberty violates his rights under Articles 3 and 9 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Then Article 9 of the Covenant and Principles 2, 4, and 10 of the Body of Principles, and constitutes arbitrary detention under Category 1. Turning to the uncontested allegations that following his rendition to Nigeria, Mr. Kanu remained in pre-trial detention, with his trial having been scheduled to commence in January 2022. The working group recalls that it is a well-established norm of international law that pre-trial detention should be the exception rather than the rule, and should be ordered for the shortest time possible. Put differently, liberty is recognized under Article 9(3) of the Covenant as the core consideration with detention merely as an exception. Continue. Therefore, detention pending trial must be based on an individualized determination that it is reasonable and necessary for such purposes as to prevent flight, interference with evidence, or the recurrence of crime. Such determination was not carried out in the present case, in violation of Mr. Kanu's rights under Article 9(3) of the Covenant. Further, in accordance with Article 9(3) of the Covenant, an arrested person is to be brought before a judge within 48 hours. This was not satisfied in the case of Mr. Kanu, and the working group therefore finds a violation of Article 3 and 9 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 9(3) of the Covenant, and Principle 2 or Principle 11, 37, and 38 of the Body of Principles. This is from the United Nations body, by the way, in case if you are just joining us and wondering what is going on, right? Now, furthermore, in order to establish that a detention is indeed legal, anyone detained has the right to challenge the legality of his or her detention before a court, as guaranteed by Article 9(4) of the Covenant. The working group wishes to recall that according to the United Nations Basic Principles and Guidelines on remedies and procedures on the rights of anyone deprived of their liberty to bring proceedings before a court, the right to challenge the lawfulness of detention before a court is a self-standing human right, which is essential to preserve legality in a democratic society. This right, which is in fact a preemptory norm of international law, applies to all forms of deprivation of liberty, to all situations of deprivation of liberty, including not only to detention for purposes of criminal proceedings, but also to situation of detention under administrative and other fields of law, including military detention, security detention, detention under counter-terrorism measures. Moreover, it also applies irrespective of the place of detention or the legal terminology used in the legislation. Any form of deprivation of liberty on any ground must be subject to effective oversight and control by the judiciary. This was also denied to Mr. Kanu, thus violating his right under Article 9(4) of the Covenant. Finally, turning to Mr. Kanu's pretrial detention in Nigeria, the working group recalls that according to international human rights law, in particular, Article 9(3) of the Covenant, any person detained while awaiting trial is entitled to trial within a reasonable time or otherwise shall be released. Article 14(3)(c) of the Covenant also guarantees the right of anyone charged with a criminal offense to be tried without undue delay. In the absence of a substantive response from the government of Nigeria, the working group finds no legitimate grounds for the delays in the trials against Mr. Kanu. Consequently, the working group finds that the government of Nigeria failed to establish a legal basis for the detention of Mr. Kanu. His detention is thus arbitrary under Category 1. The United Working Group said that both the Nigerian and Kenyan government should take responsibility for Kanu's rights violations. The working group wishes once again to underscore the collusion between the government of Kenya and Nigeria in the rendition of Mr. Kanu and reiterates that both governments bear joint responsibility for any of Mr. Kanu's rights in Kenya and Nigeria. The working group has already established in its discussion of the detention of Mr. Kanu in Kenya that he was arrested and detained due to the peaceful exercise of his rights. See paragraph 52, 54 above. The working group notes that the sources has argued the same in relation to Mr. Kanu's arrest, detention, and trial proceedings in Nigeria. Notably, the government of Nigeria has chosen not to address the substance of these allegations. The working group notes that it is not contested that Mr. Kanu is accused of the crime of conspiracy to commit a treasonable felony through an agreement with others to be broadcast from London. In view of the establishment of a Biafran sovereignty, the source notes that while treason consists of levying war against Nigeria under Nigerian law, the federal government of Nigeria does not allege any action implicating Mr. Kanu in the contemplation, planning, or incitement of war against Nigeria. I hope you are listening, by the way. This is not just for reading's sake. It is just for you to know, those of you who have heard about the United Nations report, this or that. This is for you to know the part, or should I say, the choice of words in their verdicts, in their reports. And pay attention very well because they are so important than the lies they have been feeding many of you for years now, violating the right of an innocent man, framing him up and killing innocent people just to prove the point that they were right when they are not. Now, I am going to take this up again, this particular paragraph. The working group notes that it is not contested. They did not contest this, that Mr. Kanu is accused of the crime of conspiracy to commit a treasonable felony through an agreement with others to be broadcast from London in view of the establishment of a Biafran sovereignty. Okay? They said Nnamdi Kanu, according to Nigeria, which they can prove, they said Nnamdi Kanu, right, is planning with others under Nigerian law to wage war against Nigeria via his broadcast in London, with others, via his broadcast in London. But they couldn't establish that. They couldn't prove any of that. Now, listen to this. The source notes that while treason, treasonable felony consists of levying war against Nigeria under Nigerian law, the federal government of Nigeria does not allege any action implicating Mr. Kanu in the contemplation, planning, or incitement of war against Nigeria. If you are watching me from Nigeria, what this particular statement simply means is that your government in Nigeria they are saying they are charging Nnamdi Kanu for treason. Okay? And treason means somebody planning, right, to wage war. That means maybe your military trying to stage a coup. A coup is a war against established authority, Abi. So, Nnamdi Kanu is accused of staging a treason, right? Conspiring with others. But for the past 1 year, they couldn't bring out every one of those is planning to wage war against Nigeria with. They couldn't present any. That's what that statement means. right? Now, let's continue. The source argues that Mr. Kanu was in fact advocating for a peaceful referendum for the establishment of a Biafran sovereignty in conformity with international and other relevant laws. When you hear the source, I'm still coming to that. Oh, that source is the source, which is his own legal team. This time around, Bruce Fein, he pulled this off, by the way. The source who went to this United Nations human rights group to argue the illegal detention, arbitrary arrest, extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu, all the illegalities committed by Kenya and Nigeria, took it to this body who has now put more credence to what you and I have been saying all this while. And what is that going to be for us? I'll tell you at some point. Right. The working group recalls that freedom of opinion and expression, as expressed in Article 19 of the Covenant, is an indispensable condition for the full deployment of full development of the person. It is essential for any society and constitutes the foundation stone for every free and democratic society. It also recalls that freedom of expression includes the right to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas of all kinds, regardless of frontiers, and that this right includes the expression and receipt of communications of every form of idea and opinion capable of a transmission to others, including political opinions. Similarly, in Resolution 12/16, the Human Rights Council called on states to refrain from imposing restrictions which are not consistent with Article 19.3, including on the discussion of government policies and political debates. Reporting on human rights, engaging in peaceful demonstrations or political activities, including for peace or democracy, an expression of opinion and dissent, religion or belief, right? So as working group, by the way, they said the source are submitted and the government did not address that Mr. Kanu was denied effective legal representation. The working group considers legal representation as being a core facet of the right to a fair trial. Legal assistance should be available at all stages of criminal proceedings, namely pre-trial, trial, and appellate stages, to ensure compliance with fair trial guarantees. Any denial of access to lawyers substantially undermines and compromises an accused individual's capacity to defend him or herself in any judicial proceedings. As the working group has stated in principle 9 and guideline 8 of its basic principles, persons deprived of their liberty have the right to legal assistance by counsel of their choice at any time during their detention, including immediately after the moment of apprehension, and must be promptly informed of this right upon apprehension. Now, access to legal counsel should not be unlawfully or unreasonably restricted. Now, you can read more about this whole verdict. Is so detailed. Everything addressed, all the illegalities that we have been talking about for some time now. But here is the taker. The taker here is this. We know Nigeria have been spending so much, not just spending money. They have also been committing even further crimes in order to justify the illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, where is this going to lead Nigeria? It's going to be one of the medal, this medal that they're going to give to the APC, Egbekegbe, okay? Who chose to declare war on the people who were demanding for a referendum, a choice, a chance, or let me say a shot at their future, if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not. And listen to this. Even those who actually claim to be the owners of Nigeria, as we speak right now, right? They themselves,
They are scared and worried because you know what? They have no idea where they are taking Nigeria to with them. Or should I say, especially those of them who came from the southern part of Nigeria. The situation has gone to the head. And here is the fact. Today in Nigeria, terrorists are celebrated. Terrorists are worshipped. In fact, terrorists are spoken on behalf of by the same people who promised you safety. The same people, right? Who promised you, prosperity, protection, whatever it is that they are actually giving to you in Nigeria today, right? But if you therefore question their failures, especially now that many people have come under the attacks of their favorite, sector, the terrorist of Nigeria. If you speak up as an activist, you might be killed. You'll be lucky if you are sent to jail, right? In Nigeria, just a few days ago, right? As they are already taking you to Lebanon, already taking you to Turkey, and taking you straight down to Afghanistan, then telling you to what? To not panic. No, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, there's a lot to worry about. A few days ago, from the blues, a terrorist leader, somebody who was part of those who carried out the Jangebe. Is it called Jangebe in Zamfara? You remember that February 2021 kidnapping of school children that lasted for just about 6 or 5 days? And Zamfara state government had to pay the terrorists some money. Aha. Well, the guy came out. Let me see if I still have his face here. Check. You remember? No, I don't. Sorry about that. This guy popped up from nowhere in Zamfara, right? And he got a title that came with a warlord title from a community in Zamfara state that came with a juicy package of 3.8 million naira every month tax that the community must be paying to him if they want to be safe from the terrorists. The last 3 years alone, they have created the den of terrorists. Not just den of terrorists, they created the den of billionaire terrorists. They know them. They pumped your money into their hands. They also monitored you, pay ransom to them. Then they declared this guy wanted in Katsina State. Katsina State is Bokwari State, by the way, the president of Nigeria. They declared him wanted. Last year, after cashing out big time, he collected 500 million naira from the governor of Katsina State, the massacre of the state. I'm talking about this guy. Look at his face. This guy. Yeah, he paid them. He gave them 500 million naira for peace. That deal, right, saw the terrorists releasing over 1,200 captives, 500 million naira cash in that same Nigeria. And do you see the soldiers? Do you see the security? Do you see the DSS? That's the state governor on your left. Few days after collecting the money from him, after taking these pictures, they sent soldiers, right, after this same terrorist. And guess what? This guy, he killed 14 of them right there, right then, and disappeared, only to reappear later in Zamfara as Sarikin Fulani. Suddenly, everybody was surprised. No, guess what? When they asked the police in Zamfara, why did you not arrest him? You are there where they are doing coronation for him as Sarikin. This is a killer, a murderer, a terrorist. How did you actually manage to throw this big party for a terrorist? But what they didn't tell you was that the community had to give him that sarkin because that is their own security. That is their own insurance that their children will not be kidnapped, that their farms will not be, their husband, their wives will not be killed. And with that package of crowning him as their lord there, they will be paying him 3.8 million naira tax. The entire community, they knew about it. The community was abandoned. I told you, there are many, many communities in northern Nigeria today that have been handed over to terrorists completely. There is no military, there is no police. They don't go there in Nigeria of today. And guess what? Over 60% of northern Nigeria is controlled by terrorists. Different kind of terrorists as we speak today. Highways, communities, villages, no joke. This guy was so bold enough, right? And they announced that they were going to make him the Asakin Fulani. The police were there, DSS, everyone was there. They saw him. But they didn't believe that I was going to make it to the social media. Immediately, he made it to the social media. They approached the state commissioner of police. Hey, this guy is a declared wanted terrorist from Katsina State. This is a guy who traumatized and even killed school children in Katsina State, in Niger State, in Yobe State, in a few other places like that. They have been looking for him. Katsina State declared him wanted. How did you miss him? Do you know what they say? The commissioner of police said he wasn't declared wanted by Zamfara. That's why they couldn't arrest him, because he was only declared wanted in Katsina State. Okay, Katsina police. Now, they found this guy in Zamfara. What are you waiting for? Oh, the reason why we cannot arrest him is because we don't have jurisdiction to Zamfara. Do you see how they are playing the game? And that is the reality of Nigeria. There is this documentary that is coming out in the next few days, a BBC African Eye documentary. It is documentary on these terrorists who have gained so much notoriety in Nigeria and so much wealth, right? The Nigerian security, the Nigerian DSS. How many of you remember, by the way, when Sheikh Osama bin Gumi was moving mad? He was able to locate all of the locations of all of the terrorists called the Fulani terrorists in northern Nigeria. Do you remember that? Do you still remember that? Right? Exactly. Gumi said that those who were criticizing him, they were just trying to play politics. He was working on the mandate of the northern governors and the northern political class to go and find solution, including the Nigerian military, the Nigerian police, because they provided security for him. Now, look at this. In northern Nigeria, terrorists who put Nigeria's name on the map as a terrorist capital of Africa. The second, the second capital for terrorism in the entire world. Second country with the highest terrorism in the whole world. The region that put us there, the terrorists are living large. Because it is the same political class from northern Nigeria, including this Were that is about to become your vice president, Okolu. They said if the Niger Delta militants could be paid, if they could be made billionaires, if they could make them to own, Porsche cars, build the mansions, flying boats, and all of those stuff, they could do the same thing for these Sahelian terrorists that have found home in Nigeria. These guys are the ones who spoke for them, right? And then Sheikh Osama bin Gumi said, you guys don't know what is actually coming upon you. You would have to learn how to part some certain things if you want to live in peace, if you want to live at all. He said all of his movements, Nigerian government knows about it. Everywhere he went to, every terrorist he met, all of them that you saw the pictures, the videos, right? There were policemen there, there were soldiers there. The same people who are also coming under serious attacks in the hands of these terrorists. But guess what? The state policy is that they are not terrorists. They can't charge them for treason. Guess what again? These are the people who have told us that Nigeria was ripe to be an Islamic country. They are not hiding it. But those ones who claim to be educated, right, who also allowed them to become what they have become today. I am talking about their political class. They will tell you that Nigeria is not about Islamization, this or that. But guess what? Are you beginning to notice the intolerance among yourselves today? Most of them breeded by the religious intolerance. Are you noticing that yet? Or you are still not paying attention, Abi? Right? You know it. That Nigeria, right, is ruled by two laws, right? Northern Nigeria has their different ones, including those who are facing the persecution against those laws, against their wills, by the way, yeah, because of who they are or the religion they follow, the Christians. In Southern Nigeria, there's a different laws for us as well. Now, this is where you understand it. The terrorists are known. The politicians knows them. The amulas know them. They can locate them anytime. They deliberately wanted them to be what they are today, because whether you like it or not, the extremism is now brewing and brewing in the South as well. Are you not noticing? Not yet, Abby. You will notice soon. In fact, you may have to feel it soon as well. So for terrorism, we are brandishing guns from Northern Nigeria, right? Nobody can see them. According to this criminal, your government can see them. But journalists can see them. Gumi can see them. They can speak out. And guess what? There is a documentary coming out in 2 days. When the documentary comes out, when you see the terrorists talk, when you see their victims talk, and as usual, you should get angry. But maybe, just maybe, you won't just get angry. You can see through. Your anger can breed a little level and a bit of understanding to help you understand what you are into. As long as Nigeria remain Nigeria, we are done for. You know, Lebanon, what they deceived them with then was that they are multicultural, they are multi-traditional, multi-religious, multi-disorder. Everyone is welcome, open borders, and all of that stuff. Yes. Today, when you hear about Lebanon, you know what you'll be hearing? Bomb blast. Boom, boom, boom. Where extremists have taken over the country. It all started from the 70s. Yeah, it did start from the 70s. Today, when they say Lebanon, you will see the jihadists like this. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, killing people for Allah. Now you are witnessing that in Nigeria already. Guess those who are actually making it easier? Those ones who are not putting a bedsheet on their head, those ones who are not shouting Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. They are those ones who are shouting one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria without any real substance. Terrorists are billionaires in Nigeria because that's exactly what it's going to be. Until you are going to get to a stage where are we not fighting for a job in Southern Nigeria now? Have you not started fighting for a job? Have you not started that? Have you not started questioning Christian versus Muslim as well in Southern Nigeria? Now, so it go be. Give it as long as Nigeria remains as it is, in the next 10 years, you will be smelling, if you last that long ago, you'll be smelling the Lebanon worse than it. Afghanistan, that is pure loading now. What is this guy talking about? Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what Nigeria is now. A place where jihadists, extremists, right? Pure, cold-hearted tribalists, genocidists are profiling people based on whatever they think. Just like in the Hood, when they profile, we profile you, you are a Jew. Oh, we profile you, you are a Gentile. You profile you, you are this or that. That's exactly what you are witnessing in Nigeria. And you know why it is working that way? Because the extremists, the religious fanatics, the bunch of terrorists, they have gained access to all of your institutions, compromised them, and you are not paying attention. Of course you are not. They said, get PVC, get PVC. Somebody said when they killed about 40 soldiers in Borno 4 days ago. And like always, it is now old news. Those 40 men who died in the hands of the terrorists that is always going to get paid in Nigeria, right? I wish they could pick up their PVC too. You know, get your PVC and use that to slice the throat of the terrorists. Do that. They've taken over your every institution in that place, and you always play in that circle and in that circle, and you end up in the same place. And what do you think will end it? Armageddon. That is where it is taking every one of us. You know why? The rogues who knows that Nigeria is burning. Nigeria is done for. Oh dear. Oh, your beautiful Nigeria. Under these rogues, they finished us. But you can save Nigeria. Do you know that? You can save Nigeria. You can save Nigerians. We can save ourselves. You know, by breaking it up. When you break the hold as it is, you have caught the cancer. The extremism, the religion extremism, the bunch of vampires who are going to play on your mind. They're going to play on your good heart. They're gonna play on your emotion. They're gonna play on your kind-heartedness. They're gonna play on your open-mindedness. And once they are close by, you are as dead as dodo. But when you caught it, you caught the cancer. How? Nnamdi Kanu asked for referendum. He didn't ask for war. No, he never asked for one. Most of the time, as reactionary as he can be, as fire blazing as he can be, is always very, very clear. We know that what we are demanding for will trigger you. We know that the demand for the Biafrans to leave Nigeria is going to keep triggering you. It's going to cause a lot of havoc. And we know it will trigger you to make a lot of mistakes. You are going to come for us. You are going to throw caution in the air. You are going to lose your mind. You are going to target us, profile us and even kill us. But you will think that is going to dissuade us. You will think that is going to discourage us. But it won't. When you kill us, we will kill you. But we know in the end, the Biafra will come. That's exactly what he was telling you. Something that they said. He said he will kill soldiers. He will kill Buhari. He will kill Nigeria. Hello. Opinions and expression. Everything is purely political. You know that. Breaking up of Nigeria is political. Fusing Nigeria together is business, economical, but it is also political. It is political because it is economically advantage for those who put the whole charade together. When you want to break it up as well, right, it's going to take a lot of political will. Because you know why they are still keeping it together? It is because they are politically benefiting from it. When you demand for a political process that says people should decide if they want to be part of this or not, right? You are breaking something and they will fight back. That's what he said. You will kill us. We will kill you. We will fight back. We will defend ourselves. It was right. Those under the freedom of expression did never constitute treasonable felony. Ever. If I sit down here and I say, if they come for you, my people of Ibarakpa, my people of Igogon, my people of Okeogun, my people of Yewa, all of you, my people of, Yoruba land, if they come for you, shoot them, fight them, kill them before they kill you. You know what? Remember that phrase, if they come for you, because you know they will come for you. You're talking about self-defense, and that is part of a freedom of expression. It is not an incitement, never proven as an incitement. So do you want him to say, here, Biafrans, if they come for you, just pray to the Shukuke Abiyama to save you? Doesn't make any sense to you. He knew they would come for them. What they are asking for is to break the chain of a demagogue. The chain. The deadly, deadly slavery chain that they have used to chain us down. I said, break it. Break it. Do whatever it takes. Get yourself free. You're never going to be free. It's never going to be given to you. You should know. That's what he said. If they come for you, kill them. That's what he said. He didn't say, go out there and look for them and do this or do that. Then your government said that is freedom of expression taken too far. Hello. And guess what? Never for once on record did anybody identifying as a member of IPOB, a Biafran, went out to commit any crime in the name of Biafra. Never on record. Ever and never and ever. Ever. I'm saying this because I'm saying it. There are people who have actually done all their, because if they have those evidence, Nnamdi Kanu's trial should be faster than this. Trust me. Oh no. They don't need to spend this much. They don't have to kidnap him. They had nothing on him. They just had to keep him away. If possible, kill him. And then what can we do to make this stick? We have nothing that will prove that Nnamdi Kanu, when Nnamdi Kanu said, defend yourself, clean your area of those who are coming to do this or that to you. He was right. That's the point. He was right. And there was no evidence of anywhere that anyone went out to do anything against anyone, ever. Rather, the people of Biafra land have come under serious, documented attacks from the Fulani terrorists. Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is extraordinarily renditioned, kidnapped to Nigeria, locked up as it is right now, yeah? They are still killing people, trying to find something to stick. Nothing really stuck. Nothing. And what did he do? He said, let us go for a referendum. We can't, you know. Fulani terrorists are still there. They did it in Ebonyi. They did it in Imo. They did it in Enugu. They did it in Anambra. And people are not allowed to defend themselves. They are not allowed to fight back. The policy, here is how, yeah? In Nigeria, in northern Nigeria, if you are a terrorist, you would be treated as someone or a group of disgruntled people who just feel angry. And because they are so angry with the system, they decided to kill people they could kill, they kidnap those they could kidnap, rape women as they wish, burn down villages as they want, but they can always repent. Therefore, let us put a policy in place that will allow them to, you know, to get a bit of, you know, pat in the back. Operation Safe Corridor. It is a program of government in Nigeria that allows terrorists to pass through free, whatever crime they might have committed. But in southern Nigeria, they are putting laws like social media bill, hate speech law. What they said constitute hate speech is like when you say, hey, the Fulani terrorists have attacked so and so, and you reported that that's hate speech for saying Fulani terrorist and all of that. You will go to jail for 14 years. Hate speech. And in order to douse detention, according to them, they decided to bring a bill, a law, so that they can make a law. The law that would then have to make the southern Nigeria, part of Nigeria, right, to part with a substantial part of their lands. Do you understand that? That's solution to all of this madness. Their solution. So Nnamdi Kanu said they are coming to take your lands. And they are not coming to negotiate those lands. They will kill you, send you to the refugee camps, take over those places. And when they are doing that, the government of Nigeria will back them. Hello? Is that not what is going on right now? Is that not what they happen? They are killing us left, right, and center, especially from southern Nigeria. We are not allowed to talk about it, but their government is busy trying to make laws that will stop the killing by all, by us parting with our lands. And guess what? That will continue to constitute even more problems, doesn't it? So it has gotten to that extremism that the ruling party, APC, Egbekegbe, in order to satisfy the insatiable lust for blood, and then the ambitious we will conquer them kind of attitude, they actually forced the hand of a desperate Yoruba man who want to be president of a disunited Nigeria to satisfy the wishes of the extremists who don't give a damn about anyone. Unity. Fuck that. They don't care. Who is Uni what? Well, let us balance the leadership so that nobody will feel shortchanged. Shut up your mouth. We don't need to balance it. This country is already having more Muslim than Christian. Have they told you? Or you are still one of those playing political correctness, Abi? They haven't said it to your face, or they haven't said it close to you, Abi? They are already saying it. Yeah. We already have the Yorubas. Me, a Yoruba man, a full-blooded Ijebu man. Ijebu. Today, I am being told that Nigeria, Yoruba, everywhere. Listen to this, oh, no joke, oh, you may be laughing, no, it's not funny. They said everywhere is now, Nigeria is a 70% Muslim and 20% Christian and others. People are already pushing that narrative. They say, what then is wrong if you have Muslim ticket? What they are telling you is that, you see all this extremism you are witnessing, all of these killings you are seeing, if they kill you, make you, now you then kill, other people go live, it no matter. Lebanon, let lost straight. You know why that is possible? This madness is possible. It's because one Yoruba man want to be president of Nigeria, and he believed that Yorubas and then the jihadists that control Northwest, I've been a Northeast, they call them. They will deliver him and make him president of Nigeria over the rest of the 200 million people. It doesn't matter. If they don't like, they can go to hell. That is because a Yoruba man wants to be president of Nigeria. Therefore, a Yoruba boy, a Yoruba girl, a Yoruba man and woman who is also suffering from this disjointed, disunited, fraudulent contraption is preaching and saying, what is wrong with that? Is it because we know they talk? You know, they say Nigeria is a Muslim country. I don't know. Me, I don't want to be part of any Muslim country. Oh. Never. I don't want to be any part of any Christian country. I just want to be part of a nation that recognizes me and respects me as a human being, as a citizen. And I bet that the only place I can get that is nowhere else than Yoruba nation. A place where you, Muniru, that is about to become an extremist because Tifnumbu want to be president. You, Kabiru, you, Sule, you want to start proving that, including you, Shehu, you want to start proving that you are now extremist. It doesn't matter. You are an extremist. We know many of you who are closet terrorists.